Okay, guys, we are going to make turtles today. So they're pretty simple. I'm going to give you the recipe of a single batch, but I'm making a double batch only because I bought the pecans and I want to make sure that I use them all. So we're going to make a double batch, guys, okay? So first thing we're going to do is toast these a little bit on your stove. I know I do it usually right here in front of you guys. Hey, TJ Maxx, Jax, TJ Jax. I'm going to put these here. So this is a 10-ounce bag. So I'm using this skillet. It has like bumps in it. Hi, Tanya. That way they're not all laying just directly on the skillet. Spread them out and we're just going to toast them for a little bit, guys. We're going to toast them. So I'm going to put this probably like on a 4. We'll do a 4.5. And we're going to toast those for a little bit. Once they get toasted, then we're going to lay them on this sheet pan. And I have a parchment paper on it, and I have 2 clips on the end. And we're just going to, you can either lay them in 3s or 5s, whichever you prefer. And we're going to do this. This is all in the microwave, so it's real simple, guys. It's going to be real simple. Anybody can do this. Now, you can either buy the caramels that you have to unwrap, which are the Kraft. These are Kraft too, but these are the Kraft. Hi, Sandy. These are the Kraft bites. They're easier to melt, y'all. And one of our local stores had these on sale. I don't know what they run at the grocery store, but they had them for $1.59. That's a good price. So I bought 2 bags of them. And for this recipe, for a single batch, you need 8 ounces. So I had bought 2 bags of these, and I made 16 ounces in here. So that's why it's open, and there's a lot more in here than 8 ounces. So I added, or no, this was an 11-ounce bag. So I added until I got to 16 ounces. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Debbie. We are making turtles today, guys. We're making turtles today. Hi, Valentine. Hi, Meg. Okay, so we're toasting the pecans. I'm just going to get them a little toasted, guys. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. We're just going to get them toasted, and then we're going to start laying them on here, and then we'll melt the caramels. Hi, Elise. Hi, Thomas and Kit Kat. Give them a hug from Auntie. So anyway, the double batch that we're going to do, guys, is, let me see here. I'm going to use 8 ounces of the pecans, and I'm going to do 16 ounces of the caramels. Hi, Dawn. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of heavy cream to melt those caramels, and then 12 ounces of whatever chocolate you want. I'm going to use semi-sweet chocolate morsels, and I'm going to add just a little bit of coconut oil in so it gives a nice creamy. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me get out my coconut oil because we're going to need it too. We're going to need that. Just keep stirring these around a little bit until you get You'll be able to smell it. You'll be able to smell those whenever they're starting. Yes, we're making turtles today, guys. And it's all going to be done in the microwave. So line a piece of parchment paper on a pan, and then we're going to melt the caramels. We're going to do the caramels, and then we're going to melt the chocolate, and then do the chocolate. And then I have a bowl of sea salt flakes here. Can you see that? And then we're just going to put a little bit of this on top of each one. Hi, Arza. It's supposed to be 72 here today, but it looks a little cloudy. It's not supposed to rain here, but I'm thinking it's going to rain. Hi, Terry. Okay, these are almost ready, guys. You just want them to get a little toasted, that's all. Just a little toasted. Hi, Vickers. Get out a wooden spoon. We're going to need that. And I'm going to get out a teaspoon because we're going to need that as well. I'm probably going to need 2 of them. So we're making turtles today, guys. We're making turtles. What's the weather like in your guys' areas? Hi, Amar. That's what your brother says, yum. He does like them. He told me, I don't need anything else, dear, please. And I said, well, they're for Easter. He was like, as long as they're for Easter, and then after Easter, they need to go to Krabby's. And give a shout out to Krabby's. It's raining all night and all morning. Yeah, I think it's going to rain here. Hi, Lori. They said the sun was going to be out, and this morning when we were driving to the gym, it looked like it was going to come out, but it did not. Thanks for the hearts, guys. So with this kind of a pan that has the ridges on it, guys, all those little flaky things on your pecans will go underneath. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like little, oh, there's a beautiful cardinal outside my window. Huh? All the little flaky things that will come off those shells will land down in that, and it'll come off of your, hi Renee, it'll come off your nuts. Okay, let's bring this over. Let's put this, I'm going to move these bowls. Let's bring this over because it's nice and hot. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can scoot it. Turn it this way. Let me turn it this way so y'all can see. There we go. Can you see that? Turn this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Hi, user. Okay, so take either, you can do 3 or 5, whichever you prefer. I'm going to do 3. And I hope this pan is going to be big enough for all of them. If not, I'm going to have to get another pan out. Hi, Casey. So we are making turtles today. This is the long part right here. Lining these up. I would have done it before I got on, but I wanted to show you guys how to toast them a little bit. And then once I get them all out of here, you guys will be able to see all the yucky that came off the nuts from toasting them. It's not really yucky, but I say it's yucky. Whatever. Hi, Miss Tate. Hi, CJ. We're making turtles today. Easy turtles. Easy turtles. Now, see, that one's broke, so I'm just going to add another one onto it. The ones that are broke at the end, I'm just going to take and make like clumps, guys. That's what I'll do. Oh, that one I don't like. So the ones that are broken, we'll just take and make clumps, little piles. So I'm going to line all these up. Hi, Annette. Oh, I missed that one. Hi, Chris. You can smell these too. They smell delicious. I'm really fortunate. There's an older lady in our neighborhood, and she gets pecans given to her all the time, and her husband do not like them. So she always brings me her pecans, and then I, in turn, to thank her, I always, whenever I do baking, I always try to give them something as a thank you. But at Christmas time, I am so thankful because nuts are expensive. And she always gives me pecans and black walnuts. And you know, when you buy those things, I mean, they're like $16.99 for a 2-pound bag. So I'm very grateful whenever she does that. Very, very grateful. And heck, as much as I bake, it doesn't hurt to give her some. So what is everybody doing for Easter? We are going to my daughter's on Saturday. I just texted her and asked her, what time do we need to be there Saturday? I have no clue. I have no clue what time we have to be there. Oh, don't drop them, Jen. Don't drop them. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get another sheet pan, y'all. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get another sheet pan out. It's going to make more than what I thought. Who doesn't like a good turtle, though, right? Who doesn't like a good turtle? Well, if you like nuts, anyway. There are people that don't like nuts, like my neighbors. They just don't care for them. She said to me one day, down here in the South, they always say miss, miss, miss. And she said to me, Miss Jenny, you do an awful lot of bacon, and I get all these nuts. And she was like, would you like them? I was like, absolutely. I will put them to use, I promise. They will not go unused in this household. So she gives them to me, and hi Sylvia. She gives them to me, and I freeze them. And I try to stock up for holidays because that's when I do a lot. I do a lot. So as you can see, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and then these ones here will just be like clumps, guys. These ones here, I'm just going to put into clumps because a lot of them are broken. So like this one here, we're going to put like 4. And that happens because, you know, your bag gets jumbled around or whatever. So now I'm just going to take some and start clumping them. And I might even go back on some of these 3 ones that I have and add an extra little clump to it. Like this one. I might do that. Just go and just gotta play with them. Hi Zelma, how are you? So I'm just gonna take one and go across every one of them. Just gonna go across. You just gotta make sure they don't. My husband loves nuts. He loves nuts. I think the last time I made these was at Christmas. And my son-in-law said, hi Geraldine. My son-in-law said, Mama, you can make those anytime you want. So, we're having Easter at his house, so we're going to have him anytime he wants. Alright, let's see here. This one, that one. I am just going to get, I don't have a lot left here, so I'm going to get, can you guys see the yuck on the bottom? That's why I said if you use a pan that has divots, all that stuff falls down through. I'm going to get something else for these. Just a minute, guys. I'm just going to put a couple on these. Actually, I could probably use this. It's flat. I'll just put them on here. It's fine. Probably should get parchment though. Little bit of parchment. I could probably just do them on my counter, right? We are making turtles, guys. We're making turtles. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this right here. Put these ones right here on the counter. No fuss, no muss. So I'm just gonna do like little piles. Hello everybody, we're making turtles. Hi, Allison. We're making turtles. And these are the tail end of the nuts that I have left. And a lot of them are, they're not a full pecan, so we're just making like little piles. When I get them all off of here, I will show you guys what I was talking about. And if you use nuts for baking, it's really good to toast them because, like I said, all that uck will come off. All that stuff will come off. right. I think we are good. So, let's pile that up. All right. Let's take one of these from here and put it here. So, this is what I was talking about, guys. Can you see all that on the bottom? So, this is rigid, and then all that stuff from the nuts fall down into the ridges. So, that's what I was talking about. Hi, Pam. Okay. So we're done with that. Now we're going to do, let's get our bowl. So for a double batch, we got our pecans. That was 8 ounces, and we need 16 ounces of caramels. And these bags were only 8 ounces, so I added, and I made it to where it was 16 ounces. So let's get this. You can buy the caramels. These, they melt easier, but you can definitely buy the caramels, guys. You do not have to buy this. You can buy the caramels. You want to unwrap them, and then I'm just going to do them in the microwave. So we need 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. I know I'm not in the thing, but I got all this stuff over here. So it's 1 and 2. We'll start with that and we'll see what it looks like. If we need to make more, we'll make more. Like if we need to add more heavy cream into it, we will. Do it 30 seconds at a time, guys. 30 seconds at a time. That's all, because you want to watch it. Hello, everybody. We're making turtles today. So, while that's doing 30 seconds, we're going to open these. Let's open these up. And we're going to put them in a bowl because after we, oh, I bought minis. Oh well, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I did not know I bought minis, but that's fine. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so that was 30 seconds. At the very bottom, we have a couple little balls that are starting to melt. But I'm just going to stir the heavy whipping cream around a little bit to get them, to get each ball with some whipping cream on it, guys. That's all I'm doing. And it goes for another 30 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot these over here, up close to y'all. I'm going to scoot those up close to y'all. Because I'm going to need room for my bowl. We're making turtles, guys. Okay, they're starting to, as you can see, they're starting to melt. So, they're starting to melt. Now, I have done these with the caramels that you guys can unwrap. But I went to the store yesterday, another 30 seconds, and one of the stores here, it's called Ollie's. I don't know if you guys have one of them. Ollies. They had them for $1.59. So I was like, well, I'm going to load up on those. Hello, Kay. Hi, Kenya. So what I'm making is 8 ounces of pecans. I toasted them. Then you got 16 ounces of caramel with 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. That's where we're at right now. And I got it on my table. I'm making a mess. once again. It's starting, y'all. You can do this in a double broiler if you want to do it in a double broiler as well. You do not have to do it in a microwave. If you feel comfortable doing it in a double broiler, you can do it in a double broiler. Okay. Just when you do it in the microwave, you have to make sure you have it in a microwave safe dish. Hi Kay, how are you? We're making turtles today. So I do 30 seconds, so we're up to a minute right now. But I'd rather do a 30-second button at a time and stir it. That way you're good to go. You know, you don't want to burn it. Definitely don't want to burn it. Okay. It's almost to where I want it. We still have some little balls in here. So, yeah. So, I think, so that was 5 times I hit the 30-second button, guys. 5 times. I think once this is done, we'll be good. Hi, Brenda. Hey, Renee. You lost power last night. Oh, you guys had a big storm, did you? It was supposed to be sunny here today, but I think we're going to get a storm. We had two great, big, nice sunny days here. It came back on about after 3 hours. I'll bet it was a night. Okay, I think we got it, guys. Oh, yes. This looks yummy. Okay. I'm going to just get my armor going here. Like I always say, use what God gave you. Get those hands going, guys. Get those hands going. I don't know who invented these little spatulas, but they're the best. Okay, so this bowl is really hot. I'm going to open up my drawer. You guys know I use my drawer a lot for things. I should not do that, but I do. And when I pick that tray up, I move my nuts all around. But that's okay. Alright, so let's do these ones first because they're on the counter. So just get a teaspoon and you're just going to go into your caramel. Now this caramel's hot, guys. So you just want to put a glob on there. Now if it starts to thicken up on you and you want it less, just put it back in the microwave for a little bit with some more, and actually I think this is a little thick, so I'm going to put a little bit more whipping cream in here because it is really thick. I'm just going to add a little splash. It's probably not quite a tablespoon, y'all. Not quite a tablespoon, but this is really thick, and I don't want it that thick. You'll be able to tell, like, coming off that spoon, it's, like, really thick. So just put a little splash in there and stir it up. That's all you got to do. And give it a whisk. Give it a little whisk. Okay, here we go. Back at it. This is probably against my better judgment. Using my finger. Yes. Because it's really hot. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm not looking up, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get these. Now, if by some chance I don't have enough caramel in this bowl, I do have more caramel to melt. So I'm gonna take that right there. And if it starts to thicken up, we're just going to put it, I really wish I could use my finger. But I will burn myself, so don't do that. It doesn't seem like it's hot, but it's very hot. So, toasting the nuts is easy. Microwaving is easy. Piling the nuts up takes a little while. And then this takes a little while as well. Because you want to make sure that your caramel gets on your nuts. So. And if it starts to thicken up, then I'll put it back in the microwave for a little bit. And we'll get it hot again. Definitely using your finger would be better because it just would. Oopsie. Because if you touch it, then you move it. Okay. So, try not to move it. I know it's easier said than done. And some of them will be smaller, some of them will be bigger. That's okay. Not everything is perfect. I'm still going to use my finger, y'all. I know it's hot, but do not do what I'm doing. Do not do that. I think my hands are, I mean, I can tell it's hot, but from being in the bakery and testing stuff all the time, I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it, and sometimes I pay for it, and other times it's fine. Okay, and then, being easier for us, I can take my finger. And that's it. So, these ones are done with this. So, let's get them all the way up here towards y'all. And then, I am going to scoop this off a little bit. And I'm going to put it back in the microwave for, because you can see it's starting to thicken up. No, Patty, we're making turtles. You guys might call them something different. You might call them something different. All right, let me put this back in the microwave for 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. And then I will not use my finger. Yes, turtles. So you need 8 ounces of pecans, 16 ounces of caramel, and I use 2.5 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in the caramel. Yeah, I'm going to bring this up so you guys can. And I'm going to sit my bowl probably in my drawer. That's what I'm going to do. That's better. How about I sit it here? That's better. Okay. And if we have to do it again, we'll do it again. Until we get these all carameled. So here we go. And I will not use my finger at this point because this thing is really hot now. So, and you can see it's runny or. So after we melt this, after we do this part, then we're going to melt the chocolate. And then we're going to do this all over again with the chocolate. And then we're going to put sea salt on top, guys. Sea salt on top. I actually think I like the piled ones better than when you do the 3, because you want to make sure you get enough caramel on everybody. I'm thinking it would be okay to put it in a piping bag, but then it would be really hot on your hands, so. There we go. So if you guys are just coming on, I know I'm not looking up, but good morning, everybody. We're making turtles. Something else for our Easter table, a dish of homemade turtles. You can, I do it in the microwave. You can do it in a double broiler if you want. It's up to you, however you want to make them. And the microwave seems to be easier instead of, you know, double broiler the caramel, then double broiler the chocolate. Might as well just use the microwave if you're comfortable with using the microwave. Let's get this nut under here. All right. I think doing this is the longest part. It really doesn't, it's not that hard of a recipe, but it is time consuming. It's time consuming. But if you've ever had a homemade one, why not? Hi, Patty. I'm going to look up for a minute, guys. How is everybody? How is everybody's neck of the woods? Ours is a little cloudy here today, and Ours is a little cloudy here today. I think I can use my finger again. I don't know. No, I don't know. She's still a little hot. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough caramel in here, so I might have to want more caramel. Which is fine, I have more. I think some of my grandkids does not like caramel. I don't know which ones, but I know some of them do not. I don't know if it's one of the twins or one of the boys. Hi, Linda. We're making turtles today, guys. We're making turtles. Now, see, those nuts moved around on me. Get them in there. Do not do this. Oh yeah. Jeez. Okay. It's starting to thicken up again. So, let's see how many we get before I have to make more. Let's see if we can. Goodness, it's hot. I think this is the first year I didn't make Easter candy. Usually I try to make Valentine's candy and Easter candy. I did make candy at Christmas. I made Reese eggs, and I made this. I made something else too at Christmas, but I can't remember what it was. Don't remember what it was. Hello everybody, we're making turtles. I'm sorry I'm not looking up. Yes, Patty, turtles. I wonder if we're going to have enough caramel. I think we might be just fine. Well, we'll just do that. We'll just do that. Oh, there goes my towel. one more, guys. We did it. One more. So we had enough caramel. That was perfect. Okay. All right, so we had just this little bit left. Just a little bit left. I don't want to waste it. So, I don't want to waste it, so I'll eat it. Hi Jan, hi Savannah. Okay, guys. I have my mouth full of caramel. The caramel I use, you can use any kind you want. I use the caramel bits. You can use the caramel, the craft caramels that you unwrap. You can use this too. This here melts a little bit quicker than the caramels that you unwrap. And I use 2.5 tablespoons of whipping cream. And I did it in the microwave at 30-second intervals, and I did it 5 times. And then I remelted it. I remelted it again to thin it up to start the other pan. Sorry guys, I am a mouthful. I shouldn't have been eating. Okay, so this is done. Now we're going to do the chocolate chips now. Whatever chocolate you want to use. If you have Hershey Kisses, you can use those. If you want to use candy bars, you can use candy bars. Today I'm just using chocolate chips, and oh Lord, I was thinking that I bought minis. I didn't look at the package. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put probably a teaspoon of, hi ACP Cats, I'm going to put a teaspoon of coconut oil in here. It'll just give it a little bit of shine. Oh, you know what? I have some dark chocolate. Wait, guys. I'm going to put a little bit of this in. You don't have to, but I'm going to. I'm just going to put a little bit of this in. I'm going to put a little bit of dark chocolate in with my semi-chocolate. I use the Crafts, what did I do with it? The Craft Bits. Caramel Craft Bits, guys. That's what I used. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dark chocolate in with this. You don't have to, guys. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of coconut oil. And then same thing, I'm going to do these 30-second intervals until it gets melted to the way I like it, and then we're going to go chocolate on each one, just like we did the caramel. I have caramel all over my teeth, y'all. So I did a double batch. You guys can make a single batch if you want. but the single batch was 4 ounces of pecans. You can't buy a bag of 4-ounce pecans. I mean, if you can, I've never seen them. And that would just be 8 ounces of your caramel, and then a tablespoon of your heavy whipping cream, and 6 ounces of chocolate chips, chocolate candy bar, Hershey Kisses, whatever. So, now, see, these are already starting to melt. Probably because they're the minis. So they're already starting to melt. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to wash my little spatula, guys. One of them anyway. Okay. They're making turtles today, guys. Hey, Trenta. We're making turtles. Now, if you have melting chips, you can also do that. I have some of those too. So that's 230 seconds. And then after we do this, hi Cheryl. After we do this, I have a bowl of, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's sea salt, and that's going to go on top, just a little bit on each one. Some people don't like it. I think it gives a little bit of a good taste with the caramel, the chocolate, and the salt. Now, this is good and melted, but I'm going to stick it in for 10, well, I'm going to do 15 seconds. Because the dark chocolate bar, the chips are all melted, but the dark chocolate bar that I put in there is still there's still a little trace of it, and I want to make sure it's good. Okay, that looks good. So you can see this. There's a good shine on that, and that's from that coconut oil. So let's just get our spoon, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the caramel. We're just going to go over it. There's something on this. Okay, guys, I'm taking this one off. There's something on here. There was something on there. I don't know what it was. So in the sink it went. In the sink it went. In the sink it went. And then I dropped my spoon in here. Okay, this is a hot mess. I don't know what was on that, but I I saw a little dark flake and I don't know what it was. So, if I don't like it, it's not going to be on there. Okay. So just put your chocolate on each one. And the same way with your chocolate, if it starts to thicken up, then just go back in your microwave for a little bit, okay? Same way. I'm thinking it was a piece of nut, a crumb of a nut, but I didn't know for sure what it was, so I threw it in the sink. So the garbage disposal will get a good nut. I think it was a piece of nut on it, but I couldn't tell, so I didn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to do another row, and then I'm going to sprinkle the salt on here, because I don't want it to set up. You know what it was, guys? I dribbled a little bit of chocolate. I just did it here. I didn't know what I was thinking, but I thought I saw something. Okay, guys. I'm just going to use my... And maybe I should have waited until it set up a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking I should have waited for a little bit. It'll be like, it's fine. No fret, no muss, no fuss. Let's keep going. I'm getting chocolate all over me because I let my spoon go down in my chocolate. But I can see what it is. It's like little pieces of nuts that's landed on my parchment. So I probably threw a nut away for no reason. Hello everybody. We're making turtles today. We're almost done. We're almost done. And we're making turtles. And I think I should have waited until it was set up a little bit before I put the sea salt on, but I was afraid if I waited too long that it would, and by the looks of it, I don't think I needed 12 ounces of the chocolate. That's what the recipe said, so that's what I did. But, and come to think of it, the last time I've said it to myself, that's too much chocolate, but I did it again. That's okay. I will scrape it into a bowl, and on Friday, whenever I go to do my, we made those brownie Easter eggs and bonbons, well, truffles. When I go to decorate all that on Friday, I can use this chocolate for something. I'll use it for something. Trust me, it's not going to go to waste because I won't do that. Looking good. It's looking good. Now, the trick is one of these going to be settled enough to where I can get it to eat one? Okay, so I should have got the flakes, but this is fine. It's for here, so it's fine. Okay, so let's set these. See, here's the piece of caramel. Okay, guys, this is it. I'm gonna count. 35. So we got 51. I wonder how many you get in one of the containers that you buy at like Sam's Club or Costco. You know, those sanders. So they're like what, $15? So if you were just getting on here, my neighbor does me nuts. So those are free. And my caramels were on sale for $1.59. And I only use 2.5 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And if I don't use my heavy whipping cream for any other baking, I will turn it into homemade butter and buttermilk. And that's what I'll do with the whipping cream. So my thing is, are you saving money? Yes, you are. If you do this, you're saving money for sure. But if you have to buy nuts, I mean, maybe not. I mean, you only need, what I say, 11 ounces for a double batch. And they're 11 ounces, they're probably like $5.99, I don't know. It's when you start buying by the pounds, is where it gets you. So we're not going to have too much chocolate left, guys. We are going to have a little bit left, but not too much. Nothing drastic. So whatever was on the one that I threw away, we would have had 52. We would have had 52, but I threw it away. And I think it was either chocolate that swung on the pan or a piece of like a little piece of a nut, like right there. And I couldn't tell what it was, so I just threw it away. I probably shouldn't have done that. But that's okay. There's another little nut, see it? But I was like, oh, there's something on my pan. Hi, Jessie. Okay, so this is it. So y'all, We would have got 52, but we ended up with 51 because I trashed one. It's okay. Definitely okay. Now, I think I'm going to put something else on top of this. Let me wipe my hands. I'm going to add some of this as well, just to give it a little, in case it's too salty for somebody. Hi, darling. So I'm going to give it a little sprig of this too. Just a little sprig. And this is, so we got the sea salt on there, and then this is like crystalled sugar. So they're not too salty. Okay, and that's it. Okay, guys, so we got 51 beautiful, delicious turtles. I know I was looking down a lot today, but I had to look down to do the chocolate. Thank you, Patty. So I'm going to let these sit up. And maybe probably, yeah. So I have to let them sit up. I can't taste one. But now I'm thinking to myself, I threw away a perfectly good mint. But anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back on tomorrow. Thank you, Patty. I'll be back on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm probably going to do my cheese ball tomorrow. And I'll probably do that because we're having our Thanksgiving. We're having our Easter on Saturday. So I'm going to sign off, and I am going to clean up my kitchen because it's a mess. So I will talk to you guys later. Like, follow, and share, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Kay.